Hello, I'm Larry Schroeder. I'm an emeritus professor of public administration and international affairs at the Maxwell School. My background is as a public finance economist. I worked for quite a few years in public finance, doing research not only in the United States but in a variety of other countries, primarily developing countries in Asia, Southeast Asia, South Asia, some in Africa. And I have been with the Maxwell School since 1977. For the most part, spent a few years away, but have been there for, as you suspect not by now, many, many years. And I have taught in the EMPA program this particular course really ever since it became a required course within the EMPA. I've very much enjoyed teaching this course, in part because it does a variety of things. It includes a variety of concepts and ideas in the course, including a bit of background in economics, which I realize for some of you may be somewhat new or somewhat forgotten subject. But then it goes on into a variety of other issues directly related to what I would call the heart of policy making, including considering alternative types of policies and alternative objectives that policies are intended to achieve. And then it doesn't answer the question, okay, what is the right policy? But instead it considers how might one go about analyzing alternative policies. It also allows us to talk about a specific type of analytical technique that is certainly common in governments at all levels in the US as well as around the world, namely cost-benefit analysis, which is closely tied to the basic economics that we also discuss. I think the intent, as I see it then, is that you come out of the course, first off, that you have enough of an understanding of the basics of market economies and market economics to take other courses in our program that also require that kind of background. But you also come out, I think, with a better appreciation for the difficulties and challenges associated with analyzing different types of policies. I think that, for me at least, teaching this course, particularly to the executive MPA students, is especially interesting because I've found throughout my time teaching this course that it's folks like you who are able to ask the interesting and challenging questions and are able to tell me, for example, that, well, that sounds reasonable in theory, but here's what I found in practice. So I believe that in this kind of environment, you will be able to learn from each other as well as I'll be able to interact with you in a way that I think we can both benefit. Now, succeeding and doing well in the course obviously requires a good amount of work on your part. And in this particular kind of environment, with it being online, it's going to be very important that during those sessions when we have a chance to talk with each other, that you speak up, that you recognize and raise questions if you don't fully understand what you've heard on the tape. I'm quite sure that students who work diligently and carry out all of the necessary kinds of assignments and become somewhat enthusiastic about the course are much more likely to do a very good job and come out learning something and hopefully also having some fun in doing that.